Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about how to remove emotion from job search rejection. And I know this is really tough, right? And probably not completely accurate, right? Can you ever fully remove it? I don't know, right? It'll always be there, but maybe we can better handle it. So I don't know if that's the best title, but that's the title I'm going with. And because I do have, a process and a formula that I try to employ for myself when marketing my own business and my own self, as well as obviously, most importantly, our clients, our followers, our readers, just how to execute the job search and knowing that rejection's coming, right? It's just part of it, how to handle it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first tactic that I like to employ in being able to remove or minimize rejection or job search, the emotion coming from job search rejection, is have a plan, right? If you have a plan and you wake up every day simply executing the steps that you're supposed to do that day of the plan, and you're focused on the activity and you're not as focused on the result, and you can control what you do every day in the plan. But you need to have a plan. If you wake up every day going, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, and you spend the time kind of figuring out what you're supposed to do. And then when that takes a whole lot of effort. And then when you execute those things that you do that day, that you came up with that day, and nothing happens, it's just like it's too many emotional upheavals in the day, right? So I would say first thing is to have a plan. And the second thing to do to, reduce, minimize, remove the emotion from job search rejection, and I kind of alluded to it a little bit in step one there, is to, control what we can control, right? We can't control that. We can't control if people open our emails, if people reply back, if people want to set up an interview with us, if people want to set up a meeting with us, right? We can't control any of that. But we can control how many times we reach out to somebody on LinkedIn message, how many times we reach out to people, or how many people we reach out to via email, how many phone calls we make, how many Twitter DMs we send, or Instagram DMs we send, or comments we make on all these different social media posts, right? We can control what we do, the number of activity items that we do in a process. And so when you can say, I need to make 20 phone calls today, or I'm going to send 15 emails today, or I'm going to find 12 new people to reach out to today, and then my plan tomorrow is to email each one of them, right? So the key is to have an activity plan that you plan to execute each day. Plan it the day before, the week before, whatever the case may be, but have it where you wake up in the morning, you already have your set of activities to do, and you can control what you can control by just simply executing those activities. Then your joy, your sense of accomplishment comes from, I completed the list. I did what I was supposed to do today. And leave the results. Actually, now I'm going to get into number 3, right? But so that's number 2, is control what you can control. Then number 3, I was getting a little ahead of myself there. Step 3 is, and this sounds a little woo-woo, I'm not necessarily a woo-woo girl, but I believe it works when it works, is leave the results up to the universe, right? If you're religious, leave the result up to your God. If you're not religious, I always like to say the universe will take care of me, so I will leave it up to the universe, to leave the results up to the universe, right? I can't control the results. As much as I want my, controlling mind to think I can control the results, I really can't control the results. I can just control how many times I show up. And if you can keep your job search, your networking plan, right? Even if you're not in an active job search, but maybe you just want to get better at networking, keep your plan simple. Give yourself like idiot-proof instructions every day to execute them. And then know that the results will come from those activities that you can control, that you execute each day, that you show up to do each day, will eventually build on themselves, right? And the results will come because you've executed the activities that you can control. So when you just simply show up every day and you call the people you're supposed to call, message the people you're supposed to message, and then qualitatively work at getting better at executing each of those activities, I'm telling you the results will come. But if you wake up every day going, I'm going to get 3 interviews, and you call and you email and you do all the activities and the interviews don't happen in that particular day, it doesn't mean you had a bad day, right? Especially if you did all the things, right? So focus on what you can control and have your fulfillment, your personal satisfaction come from the things that you can control. When you hinge your identity, your satisfaction on things you can't control, you really put yourself at a risk for that emotionality to just blossom in a bad way, right? Not that emotions are bad, but you gotta help yourself manage this, right? Don't set yourself up to be, smacked in the head. You have to be able to control what you can control, to set yourself up, positively. And then, you'll feel a lot better when you execute those 15 emails, make those 12, those 20 phone calls, execute those 15 emails, or find those 12 people you're going to then reach out to, find their name, their email address. And then tomorrow when you email those 12 people, you'll feel great that you're checking off the box every day of accomplishing those tasks. And I'm telling you, those 12 people you reach out to tomorrow, or those 15 emails you send today, or those 20 people you call today, you may not see the results of it immediately. You may not see the results of it tomorrow. You may not even see the results of it for 2 weeks, but I'm telling you, something will come either directly or residually from that effort. And it's going to come down the line, and you just got to keep showing up. So I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it's so important because I see so many of us, whether we're business owners, whether we're job seekers, whether we're staff level job seekers, executive level job seekers, whatever it is that we're doing, right? We kind of set ourselves up to fail emotionally sometimes because we hinge so much of our happiness on things we can't control. And that's just so hard. I do it. I'm not preaching here. I'm sharing, right? And I've just really tried to catch myself to kind of like bring it down, bring it in, and go, all right, I have to focus on what I can focus on. I have to control what I can control. I can't hinge my happiness on the things that I can't control, right? So I'm asking you to do the same. And I'm hoping these 3 steps can help you do that. What other tactics do you employ? What other tactics do you suggest we add to this? Put a link in the comments, or make a comment below. And and if you have links to articles or anything like that that we can share amongst each other and get better at this, that would be awesome. And and if you want some specific direction on how to do your job search, I just have a little resource there in the comments that you can also buy and use to do your job search, but that's really a secondary note. Today, I really want to talk about how you set yourself up to succeed and really remove the emotion from job search rejection, because we're going to get it, and the key is to focus on what we can control and execute it every day, because that's where your win is. Right? That's where your win is, when you actually execute the plan that you meant to do today, or the one you set up for yourself tomorrow, or the one you set up for yourself next week. That's the key, is just to get up, have the plan, boom, execute, and be proud of yourself that you did it. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, or you can comment below. I read and reply to every comment and every email. And if you think this video will help someone, I'm going to ask you to share it. And and thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I don't take your viewership for granted. And if there's any other topics or questions I can handle, feel free to, again, post it in the comments below or send me an email. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.